Hello and welcome to my Warhammer 40,000 Xenos collection video. Right in front of you is displayed every single Xenos model that I own. We've got a number of armies here. Of course, it's probably about a third of the size of the Imperium army, which will be coming very soon, so stay tuned to the channel. And if you like all of these videos, please do support the channel by subscribing, joining as a member, and use the affiliate link below in the comment section. Save yourself 25% off your Warhammer goodness. Now, there are a number of armies in this collection. We will be zooming in a little bit later on, but in the far left corner you've got Genestealer cults, and that filters through to the Tyranid force. It's a growing force. I've still got a battle force to create, and I've still got a battle force for Necrons, but after the Tyranids you've then got some Orcs, quite a large army of Orcs actually. It's the largest Xenos army that I have, and it was the second army that I collected in my sort of hobby career, if you call it that. Then we've got some Eldar. I'd like to expand the range, but the models are so old and they need a massive update. We've got some Drakari or Dark Eldar in there. We've got some, basically all of those are called Eldari now, but you've got some Inari with Iniad and Ivrain and so on. Then if we slide over to the right, you've then got the Necron force. Growing Necron force, as I say, I've got a full battle force to get set up, and there are a few other units that I want to add to complete that army. As always, I just want to reiterate, this army has taken me well over 20 years to collect, along with the Imperium army. I didn't just get all of these overnight. I don't feel like I should have to explain why most of the models aren't painted, but yeah, if you're new here, you may not know that this YouTube channel isn't my job, although I release a video every single day. It's a huge hobby for me to share my hobby with you all, and I typically am so busy getting the new releases and building the new releases and reviewing the new releases that I rarely have any time for myself, let alone paint any of the miniatures. If that's an important thing for you, then so be it, but actually painting for me personally is my least favourite part of the hobby. I don't display any of these models, I don't take them to games, so after I've built them, and if I painted any of them, they go back into a box. Anyway, let's zoom into some of these armies then. So if we kick off with the Genestealer cults right here, I don't know why I've put the Lictor up there for Tyranids, but I have. You've got the Tectonic Frag Drill there for Genestealer cults. You've got a Hive Crone or Harpy, I think it's a Hive Crone, there on the right hand side, a big flyer for Tyranids. It's quite expensive, but it's got a lot of presence and is, yeah, I'd probably say one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Tyranid model that they do right now in plastic. But they're all the Genestealer cults. You've got a few Brood Lords, I think they are. I think you've got a Patriarch. You've also got some Brood Brothers. You've got a load of Kellimorphs. I've still got a few to build. You've got all of the different characters and things in there. You've also got some Aberrants hiding away with the big hammers and pickaxes, brutes of models right there. Over to the right you've got some of the vehicles. I really like the Atalan Jackals, you know, the dirt bikes, and you've got the Rock Grinder, and I think it's an Achilles, and I think you've got the little buggy. But then we move quite seamlessly over to the Tyranid force, and right bang in the middle there you've got a Malanthrope, you've got some Zoanthropes, you've got the Hive Guard. You've got one of those awesome drop pods, the Tyrannocyte, I think it is. You've got a Trigon. You've only got a few Carnifexes there. I'd like to bump up those. You've got the awesome Swarm Lord, which essentially has 4 arms with swords, and then even there's a sword on its head. It loves it. I think we've got 6 warriors. I've put the Zote in there, and some Spore Mines, and also the Amble, just because they are Xenos in the 40k Millennium, and I thought, yeah, I might as well put them with the Tyranid. And a fun fact about Zotes is they were kind of like the communicators between Tyranids and other races at one point, but you know, their numbers have dwindled. But it's great to see GW bringing them back, even though I do prefer the Blood Bowl version of the Zote. You've got some big Gribblies here. You've got everything from Exocrines to Tyrannofexes. You've got the awesome Dimacheron and the Malaceptor, and the Horospex, one of the new additions from the Battle Force. Then that's pretty much it for the Tyranid force. I'm not in a big rush of adding any more units. I'm quite happy with the way that Tyranid and Genestealer army is progressing. Maybe I'd get another like rock grinder vehicle, but very happy with that army. In my eyes, it's pretty much complete. Then let's wah over to the Orc side of things. Oh my lord. Praise Gorkum Orc. There are a ton of Orcs. This is the largest Xenos army that I own, probably that I've spent the most money on as well. I mean, I am investing more into Necrons recently, but you've got a couple of flyers, you've got a Morkanaut hidden at the back. Sorry that that's hidden, but it's just around there. You've got the Stomper, which is incredible. It's, you know, big as a Warhammer Titan and the largest plastic kit that GW make for 40k. You've got a gun wagon and one of those mech guns. You've got some of the old Death Copters. You've got a Dreadnought. You've got a number of killer cans. You've got the new Gazgul model there, absolutely fantastic. You've got a custom Basilisk and all of the buggies that they recently released. You've got the War Trike. You've got plenty of mega armored knobs and a decent handful of knobs. If you were part of the Orcvember and Knobvember, then you'll just know how much screen time I like to give to my knobs, and this collection showcase is no different. Big knobs there. There's knobs actually dotted around the place, really, for that matter. I've even hidden some of the knobs in between the boys. Also got some flash gits and the Orc looters as well. Moving down, we've got a number of war bosses, big mechs, and then right down here we've got a decent sized number of Orc boys. I would like to probably double the size of those Orc boys at one point. Depends if Games Workshop pull their finger out and update them, because they've been around for almost 20 years. Got a war boss, very old metal war boss there, and a load of Gretchen and more boys. And then after that large Orc collection, let's move over to the Eldar or Eldari, which consist of a number of armies. I didn't realise I had that many Wave Serpents. So I've got a plastic Wave Serpent and an older Wave Serpent that I actually custom built. That green one there, I made the rear door, the front wings, those plates as well. That was before the Wave Serpent model was even out. Absolutely love it. Anyway, moving along, we've got an old Fire Prism, some old Wraith Lords, got a newer plastic Wraith Lord there, Iniad, and a load of Farseers, even a Bone Singer, and an old Avatar. You've got a Warwalker, I think it is, and a load of Banshees. I think there's 15 Banshees or so, with the very nice new Phoenix Lord Jain Zar. You've got some Drakari, and that's you know, the only Drakari that I've built. There are more about to be built that I got in a, I think it was the Blood of the Phoenix set that came out ages ago. You've got some Wraithguard. Again, there are some more to be built. And you've got some old Guardians, some old Fire Dragons. You've also got some Dire Avengers. And I forgot, over here you've got some of the Wind Riders. And a couple of Vipers. I'm pleased that they refreshed the, you know, the Eldar jet bike. I even put a Farseer on one, but I would like to see them refresh all of the Eldar tanks. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I don't own a Wraith Knight. Crazy, right? I would like to get a Wraith Knight one day, but maybe that will be the day when Games Workshop refresh some of the Aspect Warriors. But at the moment, because GW aren't supporting this army like at all, I don't feel that much motivation to you know, get a Wraith Knight right now, when it's going to be surrounded by really old models. Moving across, we've got some Harlequins. I've got a couple of jet bikes and that flyer, and a little troop there with a Solitaire. It's quite nice, and a Death Jester. Yeah, very small Harlequin force. I don't feel that much motivation to bump up their numbers either. And then we've got a flyer over there for Eldar. So that's the Eldar force. Let's move on over to the most recent addition. Necrons are definitely a force that I'm actively adding to. I've got the recent Battle Force. There's a few more models for Necrons for them to release, and I'm constantly on the lookout for just bumping up their numbers. And one of the main reasons is because there's a lot of new models there. They've really done a great job, and I want to support that more than say the Tyranids, the Orcs, the Eldar, because most of the models that GW have released for Necrons recently are absolutely gorgeous. They are pricey, you know. We've now got the Shard of the Void Dragon right here, which is, let's face it, about £70 for one sprue. With this army, they've created the most expensive single sprue miniature in this army. You've also got a load of other expensive ones in that shot, such as the Silent King, which is about £100. You've got the brand new Monolith again, which is £100. So yeah, that's almost £300 in two of the models. Let's not forget the Forge Serap tech in the back, which again is knocking on the door of £300. But you've got some fantastic newer models that are, I say, more reasonably priced, including that really tall Doomstalker. I had a lot of fun with the Doomsday Arc, but they've also released the new Necron Warriors with the Scarabs, the Lockhurst Heavy Destroyer, the Ophidian Destroyers, and the Hexmark Destroyer. I do have a complete battle force to be building, so the plans for the Necron army is to just keep adding to it. I have a number in mind of when to stop for this army. I'm looking at a Tesseract Vault, I'm looking at a Night Shroud Bomber from Forge World, and then that's pretty much that army complete for me. So out of all of these army collection videos, I would go as far as to say that these Xenos armies are the closest to be completed. Geostilicals, Tyranids and Orcs I'm happy with. Eldar I would like to add, but I'm restricted by the old models. And Necrons I'm not that far off completing. For me personally, there's more growth and interest in adding to the Age of Sigmar collection, which is the smallest collection, but it's the one that I'm most looking forward to adding to and bumping up the numbers. All of these armies, with the exception of Necrons right now, I would be happy just to not purchase any more and focus solely on all of their painting and their paint schemes. And that's it for my Warhammer 40,000 Xenos Armies collection video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like and subscribe as usual. We've still got the big Imperium army showcase to look forward to, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy that video as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.